Oh my gosh. Good morning, you guys. I am so sorry for the technical glitch again. This is crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, oh, as I'm sure you can see from from my scratching my head and sighing. It is a good morning for tea. So I wasn't getting into YouTube. I have no idea what was going on. And, I took a beat, and this morning it's so perfect that I want to talk to you and share with you about encouragement. And actually, not about encouragement. I just want to encourage you this morning. So I find it really ironic that I have this issue this morning, right? Which gets very stressful. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, the time is just going by, and I'm supposed to, you know, I I I want to keep time and respect everybody's time. If anybody's on here watching live, um, and then I just took a deep breath and I said, "All right, this for some reason this is happening. No big deal. All I can do is try to figure out how to get on here. If I can't do it, I can't do it, and that's all. What else can I do?" And boy, is that really what I wanted to share with you this morning. So often, right? We're going in 30 different directions, and we're, wanting to give here and serve there, and we want to make sure we're putting our families first. And I guess I'm really talking to moms. I can speak as a mom, but all parents, you dads too. There are a lot of pulls on our time, right? And I guess I want to start there with some encouragement that it really comes down to what you value, what your priorities are as as a person, but then as a family, right? And for all of you moms who are watching, who are considering homeschooling or who have started homeschooling, or um, are just really conflicted now with the whole school situation on what to do, um, take a beat, right? Just take a beat, take a really deep breath, and just let everything settle for a few minutes, right? Because we get so caught up in the pull and what we want to do and where we are. And we forget that waiting is valuable, incredibly valuable. And just sitting back and waiting. Now, as individuals, right, whether you're Christian or not, um, there is such value in that. But as a Christian, for me, waiting on God's perfect timing, oh boy, that can be hard. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, that could be hard. But the more that I've practiced that, and the more I take a step back and wait, God makes it so crazy clear on the direction that I should be going, or that my family, my husband and I, and decisions. And, sometimes I don't have to wait very long. Sometimes I do. Sometimes it's a very long time, but it is so worth it because it allows you also time to get out of that, honestly, physiological fight or flight, right? With the different endorphins that are rushing through you, or the anxiety, right? And whatever it is that's coursing through us, we need to take a step back. So just physiologically, it gives your body and your brain an opportunity to process, basically, right? uh, it really matters. It's just like what I taught my kids, growing up, when they're angry or frustrated or just in the midst, right? And they react, and they want to react right then, and we all do that, right? We react. A lot of that, we're not thinking, right? We've got all of these chemicals flooding our brain. We can't physically make good decisions, make good choices. And believe me, I think the hardest thing for a mom, for a parent, are things that affect our kids and our family and threaten our family in a sense, not threaten, but in a sense, right? Like, oh my gosh, I have to make this massive decision that's going to affect my kids for the rest of their lives. Ah, did I just do that? Yeah, I did. Guess what? Guess what? It's okay. It really is okay. But give yourself time. Take a beat, take a deep breath, and give yourself some time. It really helps. It really does. And for those of you out there um, who are, all of you parents, all of you moms out there who are trying to make a decision on what to do about your child's education, can I please just say this? Yeah, I can, because I'm talking. Sorry. That just came out and I thought, why do we say that? Anyway, I want to share this with you. It's about learning. You know your children best. You know your children. And all school is, all education is a construct. Our public schools, our private schools, our co-ops, it is just a means and a method, right, for gathering information. But more than that, I understand the importance of community, and especially now how much we need that. You can build community. You can, wherever and whatever you're doing, your children will learn. We're built that way. We are built curious and absolutely passionate about different things. And we will get the information. It is there. Your children will get the information. I am telling you, it's so empowering, not only to recognize that no matter what decision you make, whether it turns out it's so much better for your child to be in school, or it's so much better for your child, public school or private school, traditional schooling, or whether it's so much better for your child to homeschool, right? And you oversee their homeschooling. Your child will learn because you're a parent, that you're paying attention, right? And you are making the best choice and decision for your child. I really want to encourage you, though, as you're taking a beat and taking a breath, maybe gathering information, I want to encourage you to also think about your family values, right? I kind of started with that actually when I was talking this morning. I want to encourage you to really sit down and take this time with your spouse first, hopefully, or you have a significant other. If not, then with someone who do it yourself, but then also, maybe if you have older kids, you'll pull them into this later on. But first, I want you to think about, if you're thinking about an education decision, I want you to define what a good education means to you. I know that sounds basic, doesn't it? But what does a good education mean to you? Everybody says, I want my child to have a good education. Well, that's great. And maybe you have thought about this. And if so, fantastic. It's what confronted my husband and I when I decided, and we decided to pull our 4 kids. What are we looking for? What do we want? And is that happening? Right? So start there. Just start there. But the next one is so important to do as a family, and it underpins everything, absolutely everything. And that is what I want you to determine what I call your family 5, okay? Your family 5 values. And the reason you want to do this is because when everything is swirling and you have all these choices and decisions and where am I going to go and what am I going to do, all you need to do is go back to those family 5 values. Is this in keeping with our 5 values? It's whatever those are, right? Family, and it also translates to your priorities, right? So for us, our faith, family connections, but it can be so many things. It can be, words like honesty, integrity. It could be action, activity. Like we always, as a family, we really value, right, being out in God's creation. Maybe it's being in nature. Absolutely, that could be one of your top ones. Okay. Um, and I won't go into the process I provide and all that. I've got that on here somewhere. And, honestly, if you want to really dig into that, by the way, I would love to have you in my brand new community and group coaching series. There'll be 3 of them throughout the year. You can do it 13-week chunks. And this is the kind of stuff I will walk you through all the pieces. So, yeah, I would love, love, love to meet you and help walk you through all of this. But as I was saying, the family 5 values are so vitally important because that should inform everything you do and make it simple. Our kids always knew growing up when they had a conflict, Mom, but I have this party I want to go to, but I have a baseball game. Okay, well, let's talk about our priorities. Or a lot of times it was 3 different conflicts, right? Oh, there's a family party, there is a commitment I made at church, there is a baseball game, right? And we look at that and we say, okay, well, what are our family priorities? What are our values, and what do we and how do we prioritize them? And we would let the kids think that through, and then they'd say, yeah, well, I have to do this, or honestly, I shouldn't say have to. It really was not that difficult where they'd say, nope, this is the right decision. And that's the way we tried to phrase it to them, not you have to, right? We've made priorities, and as a family, that's who we are, and how we make our choices. And it actually eased things up for them. Now, that doesn't mean, they were really bummed that they had to miss, a baseball game, right? And we take that very seriously, right? Our commitments. But if something came up, like a big family event, party, when I say a party, more of like a family party, or a commitment that was made at church, those have to take priority. And so I just, I'm trying to make it sound simple because we make it so hard. We so often make it so hard on ourselves. And I want to make this more simple for you. And every time I remember that, and every time I am still, and I wait on the Lord, and I just sit and I think through, okay, what are family priorities and values? Now, things can come up and you can have choices and decisions within there, right? Because there are different seasons of our lives and there are different priorities within those. But as long as you're thinking through your family values, and okay, this even applies to schooling and curriculum and all of those questions that buzz around in your brains. And can I please just say this morning, if you are watching, if you are seeing this at any point in time, and you are a mom who is feeling overwhelmed by the concept of homeschooling, because I have just met some of the most lovely people, and I'm just thrilled God has put all these people in my path, because I want to encourage you that you can do this. I can't even tell you, not only can you do this, and not only will your children thrive, but you will absolutely not believe the joy and the connection you will have with your children. So you moms, when you say, I could never do it, we'd be at each other's throats, or this one, I hear this one and I see this all the time. Last year was a disaster. We could never homeschool. Oh my gosh, please, 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 please hear me. Last year was an anomaly. It was awful for everyone, homeschoolers too, because that wasn't homeschooling. Please hear me on that. Please know that is in no way, shape, or form indicative. As a matter of fact, if your children were e-learning, that was the worst of both worlds, absolutely the worst of both worlds, because you don't have all of those wonderful positive things that you seek from a public or private school, like the community, right? And the different extracurriculars is what, we thought about too, and our kids thought about. But yet, so you don't have any of that. You've got, honestly, teachers who are so struggling because they're trying to transition so quickly. And not that they didn't and didn't do a great job, I'm sure, but I feel for them because teaching in person and teaching online, and then some were having to do hybrid at some point, it's totally overworked, right? And then also just having to sit on your butt in front of a screen for how long? That was not optimal. And then that's not homeschooling either. That's not, because, I shared this last night with a lovely, lovely couple I met last night at a phenomenal event. That's a whole nother talk. But, as I was sharing with them, do you guys know statistically, they've done a study that, and the biggest study that I've seen is teachers teach 7 minutes on average, 7 minutes of an hour. 7 minutes. Do you think that in an 8-hour, let's say an 8-hour day, that you could teach for, I don't know, 40 minutes? That's not even 7 minutes an hour. That's like 5 minutes an hour. Okay. I mean, so up it, let's say 10 minutes. Do you think you could teach for not even an hour and a half? I mean, really, honestly, there is so much. And I was trying to share this last night with the couple a little bit. And I'm so excited because they're coming. If you're local and you're watching, I have a free workshop. I just am going to try to walk everybody through how to get started, the laws here in Illinois. So if you're local, it's in Palatine at New Hope Church at 6:30 tonight, or reach out to us. I just want to be able to share this with parents and to help parents. So reach out to us. If you want me to come and do a workshop for your church or mom's group or anything, please let me know. So my point is, when I was talking to them last night, I really just want to encourage all of you parents, when you're thinking about this, to do what I talked about, right? And just sit with it and really, really, really sit down with that good education definition and your elements, right? I'm a bullet point person. And in your bullet points of what a good education is, and see if that fits with what's happening right now. But where I'm going with this is the byproduct that is turned out to be the main thing is how much closer our family is, and how much this solidified the foundation of our family and our relationships. I get choked up because that is what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And that is what is going to save this country, I believe. I really believe. The foundation has to start with our family and our community around us, and our neighbors, and knowing our neighbors. And that starts with that family and that security and that foundation. And I'm telling you, I wish I could just jump through and hug each and every one of you and let you know, not only is it going to be okay, it's going to be magical. Now, I'm going to end with this because I know I'm still talking and I just want to keep talking to you moms and dads. Okay, so it's not always easy. Okay, I don't think I'm saying anything that I was trying to get myself together there. It's not always easy. Am I saying here that when I say it's going to be magical, that there are not going to be days where you're like, oh Lord, really? What am I doing? Oh my gosh, I had so many of those, right? Just like we do in life. Are there days where you're thinking to yourself, okay, I've got 4 kids and they are at each other like there's no tomorrow. I mean, what am I doing? And is this really the best thing? Yes, 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 yes. That is all part of the process. That's all part of the process. And guess what? As parents, you get to be right there. You get to be right there to help guide and direct. not a second grader teaching a second grader, or even a fifth grader teaching a fifth grader, or even a high schooler teaching a high schooler. No, right? And there are so many opportunities, especially now that things are open. But even last year, a lot of homeschool groups were like, heck, we're getting together, right? And families. I'm telling you, there are so many opportunities out there to gather, to meet, to create community. But there are co-ops, and by the way, there are a variety of different co-ops, and I'll talk about that some other time, or come to my workshop, or maybe I need to do one online. I don't know, but find that community. But it all starts with the foundation and the family. Okay, so just start with, if you're struggling with the education choice, but even if you're not, I really encourage you guys to start with defining what a good education means to you, then move on to figuring out your family 5, right? Your family 5 values with your spouse, with your kids. Everybody should be involved in that, okay? And I want to leave you with this. It's always tough, right? We struggle. We wonder if we've made the right choice. We sometimes make the wrong choice. We make mistakes. Guess what? Then own that and apologize and move on, and know that by doing that, you've just now taught your child one of the greatest life lessons, right? And know that everything you do as a parent, you're doing it with love, and you're doing it because you care. And so you can't go wrong. But we do make wrong choices and wrong decisions and make mistakes. So I'm going to go back to my original point, which is take a breath, take a beat, sit back and wait. If you pray, pray, prayer, right? And it will become clear. It will. It will. So I'm going to leave you this morning. I do not want this to go long, but I will be back next week. Like I said, please, I would love to get to know you in person. Check out at our website, check out our new group community and group coaching series. That is what, hands down, our survey. Now we've gotten so many responses, and it hands down, that is what you all are asking for. And I am so beyond excited. The structure that we've got with, you're going to get something every single week. And really want to build that community of parents. So go check that out, because I would love to spend more time with you. All right. I'll see you guys next week. Have an amazing week with your family. Enjoy the summer, enjoy all of the different things that you've got planned.